Good evening, everyone. I'm Joyce Johnson, and I own CCI Engineering Services, and I am proud to be here at this high school tonight. What a wonderful place. I hope you like the food. That is all prepared by students. That is also pretty cool. And we are at the kickoff of the Project Lead the Way STEM Industry Council internship program for the summer. We have a lot of students. We have a lot of volunteers. And can I see a show of hands? If you have already worked with a student, raise your hand. Yes, that's half. So we have to get the rest of them to drink the Kool-Aid. So more students, more help, more jobs, more college students coming. So I want to thank everyone for being here. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Mayor Andrew J. Ginther. One of my
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thanks for being here and joining us. And the real boss man just came in, Dr. Dan Good, the superintendent of Columbus City Schools. Dr. Good, thanks for having us and hosting us, and the amazing team here at the Downtown High School. And let's give it up for the culinary program of the outstanding food. This is a great place, Dr. Good. You'll be proud to know that I have been in this building, I think, for about a half a dozen different community events, whether it's the Neighborhood Development Leadership Conference with United Way and Neighborhood Pride, and I met the amazing principal this evening. Would you stand up and be recognized, the outstanding principal of this great high school who continues to be such an important part of this neighborhood and community. So the United States has developed as a global leader in part through the genius and hard work of its scientists, engineers, and innovators. In a world that's becoming increasingly complex, where success is driven not only by what you know, but what you can do with what you know, it's more important than ever for our youth and our young adults to be equipped with the knowledge and skills to solve tough problems, gather and evaluate evidence, and make sense of information. These are the types of skills that students can learn by studying science, technology, engineering, and math, subjects collectively known as STEM. Science and math are not just school subjects, they are an approach to the world, a critical way to understand, explore, and engage with the world, and then have the capacity to change the world. All young people should be prepared to think deeply and to think critically so that they have the chance to become the innovators, educators, researchers, and leaders who can solve the most pressing challenges facing our city, our world, both today and tomorrow. But right now, not enough of our young people have access to quality STEM learning opportunities, and too few students see these disciplines as springboards for their careers. That's why programs like the Student Summer Internship Experience Program are so important to the future of our students in Columbus. The students who participate in this program get a leg up on strengthening their real-world science, technology, math, and engineering skills. This is the 9th year of this internship program, and many of these students end up pursuing studies in these fields and go on to have successful careers in Columbus and beyond. This program cannot be successful without the local companies who participate. I urge you to continue to join us in giving these students introductory, real-world experience in these areas of study. I want to thank Joyce Johnson and the Columbus City Schools STEM Industry Council Would members of the STEM Industry Council please stand and be recognized? And I want to acknowledge the city's Chief Diversity Officer, one of few cities in America that have a Chief Diversity Officer, and Director Steve Francis is here, and I want him to stand up and be recognized as well. And I'm not sure if I missed my former colleague who's now on the bench, who I hope not to appear in front of anytime soon. Judge Eileen Paley, I think, is going to be joining us later. But you know, one of the reasons we were so excited to get a diversity and inclusion expert to leave a pretty amazing company at Honda, we had a pretty amazing track record, to come to the city, is to help us, live up to our goals and expectations, both internally and externally, to make sure that everyone in this community, regardless of where they were born, into what neighborhood, into what circumstances, had a shot, had an opportunity to be successful. And so having a Columbus City School graduate join me as an alum of this great school district. We still haven't settled out the Braves and the Warriors yet, but we'll get there. We're all one big happy family, Dr. Good, so it's good. I would be remiss if I didn't thank the local companies who helped make this program work and give our students such a great opportunity to succeed. Great companies, Honda, American Electric Power, great corporate, small and emerging companies that are part of this collective effort, because we know what makes the difference for our kids living in Columbus neighborhoods, is being exposed to careers and opportunities, having those experiences, but also to connect with professionals in those fields who have faced some of the same challenges that they are facing as they grow and transition into adulthood. That power, that connection is so critically important. And so I appreciate you all being here tonight, and I would encourage you to talk to your colleagues out in the professional services field, and make sure that we continue to grow this program and get other companies involved, because it is going to make such a big difference in the lives of children today and your professional colleagues of tomorrow. So thank you all for being here tonight, and thanks for supporting this important work. Thank you. I want to make sure I get the title right. I just met Scott for the first time, and one of these things, I always joke about Columbus being the biggest small town in America. Scott and I were practically neighbors up in Clintonville, and just discovered this. And so excited to meet him and hear about some of the great things taking place at Honda. Scott McLemoy, who is one of the advisory vice chairs and a great leader at Honda. Please welcome him to the podium.
Good evening. As Mayor Ginther said, my name is Scott McLemore. I never thought I'd follow the mayor of Columbus, by the way. If somebody had told me that, I wouldn't have believed it. But I am the manager of technical workforce development for Honda North America. And as the mayor said, I'm the vice chair for the STEM Industry Council. And on behalf of the Columbus City School STEM Industry Council, I want to again thank Mayor Ginther for his time tonight, sharing his thoughts on the importance of collaboration and partnerships in the pursuit of providing great learning opportunities for Columbus City School students. I now want to take a moment to thank our generous supporters who have provided funding and internship positions within their companies, giving students a chance to develop career-building skills and put their learning to practice. You'll find the names of these organizations listed at the bottom of our event agenda. With those that either fund students and or provide internship opportunities for these students, please stand to be recognized. Can I get a round of applause? Thank you all for your support. I met our next speaker in his first week on the job. He was diving right in by speaking to Columbus City STEM students participating in a workshop, preparing them for summer internships. He explained the importance of STEM education and his expectations of the Columbus City School District to support their success as well as the success of all the other students in the district. As a proud parent of 2 Columbus City School students, I introduce the Superintendent of Columbus City Schools, Dr. Dan Good.
I didn't know who you were talking about. Thank you very much for coming out this evening. It's a beautiful evening as well. You know, this current school year really has been defined by what I call the spirit of success, and you can really feel it now. It's echoing throughout all of our buildings, down the hallways, across the district, and it's across our teachers and our parents and our students. And it's really a new sense of purpose and a new sense of pride, and it's really matched by a renewed devotion to innovation and to academic achievement. And we've succeeded in both regards, in great thanks to this marvelous, marvelous community where we live and your input and output as well. And you know, I feel it in the room tonight. I'm surrounded by so many partners, both private and public. My good friend Dr. Brown's here, and it's always good to see you. I always feel supported when you're in the room. Corporate and community, all of you who share in that fundamental belief that a quality education really does unlock the limitless potential of our city's children and also the young adults. And each of you are part of the spirit of success in Columbus City Schools, and so I say thank you for that. As we all know, the pace of change and technology is moving faster and faster and faster each year. And the demand for critical minds in our STEM fields grows more and more. And actually, we've evolved from STEM to STEAM in Columbus City Schools. So the arts have a prominent place in there as well. In fact, some of our STEAM programs are renowned nationwide now. And you should be pleased about that, because this also fosters the creativity that's so necessary to compete successfully in this economy. So that's where the Project Lead the Way program is so critical in fostering pathways, those pathways of critical thinking that are essential to a lifetime journey of experimentation, innovation, and discovery. And together we provide a solid foundation for success with this hands-on programming that's based in real-world experiences. Our Project Lead the Way courses are rigorous, they are focused, and they are relevant. 3 things that are essential to not only having students be engaged, but empowered. And that's the key difference. They're designed to develop their innovative, collaborative, cooperative, and problem-solving skills. And because of your partnerships, our students with talents and interests in those STEAM-related areas can better prepare for work in STEAM careers by having enriching internship opportunities complete with that authentic research and the meaningful contact with professionals. Last year, we had 36 students participate in the summer internship program. And these internships were not just a stepping stone for finding out what the real world work is all about. It also taught our students about dressing appropriately, following schedules, developing social skills, and for some, earning a living wage. It seems we ought to be doing this sort of education for a lot of our millennials that are already in the workforce. So, as you know, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's our STEM Industry Council Advisory Board that provides students in Project Lead the Way engineering programs at Northland, at West High School, and Columbus Downtown High Schools, along with students in the information technology programs at Columbus Alternative High School and Whetstone High Schools. They're all provided that opportunity to participate in this 6-week summer internship. So I thank all of the members of our advisory boards. You are instrumental in making this a reality by providing the necessary framework that's tied to the real world. This will be the 7th year that students in Columbus City Schools have participated in these valuable paid summer internships, and we are excited to see the jobs that they undertake, the experiences they're exposed to, the discoveries that they will make. And that's why I'm excited that we get to hear from our students tonight, because our students truly are why we are here and why we do the work that we do in this community. So thank you to each of you for adding your voice and your talents and your passions to our spirit of success in Columbus City Schools, because that is the spirit. I messed up my script here on the last line. So because this spirit of success is the spirit of Columbus City Schools. And now it's definitely time to hear from our students. So thank you very much.
I'd like to now introduce one of our counselors at West and Briggs High School and our former STEM Industry Council Secretary, as of like last week, I think, Hidayah Dawara. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Hidayah Dawara, and I'm an internship coordinator, a career and community resource coordinator. I work for Briggs and West High School, which is really awesome. And I, as an internship coordinator, you work with career center opportunities. You also work with internship opportunities. So serving on this advisory board as a secretary has just been awesome. It's been just an extension of my duties, and I'm really happy to be here. Plus the fact, as an internship coordinator, you come into contact with so many talented youth. And it just makes me proud. I have a son as well and a daughter. And, watching other youth progress and make strides in their education and their career development just gives me hope for my children. So I'm very honored today to present to you a beautiful young lady. Her name is Tanya Gilbert. She is a senior at Columbus Downtown High School. She's focused on engineering design under Mr. Smith. And she's also worked as an intern with the Kokosing Company. She was so fantastic that they kept her on over the summer up until the start of school. So we're talking about paid internships for our youth, great experience, outstanding service that the students provide to the companies and that the companies provide for the students, which is really awesome. If any of us get sick, she is certified in first aid, CPR, AED training, and she was also a participant in the ACE mentorship group, the mentorship program, and she was recognized because she earned a scholarship through them. She was also recognized for having great accomplishments in the honor roll category by Ohio State representatives. And she's just full of surprises. Some of her hobbies include playing the cello, which she misses because she's so busy now. And I'm sure we can all identify with that. And she loves to read books and play videos. So before you today, you're going to have an awesome young lady come and speak to you. So I want you to give her your full attention and your full appreciation. So at this time, I'm going to call Tanya Gilbert to the podium.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tanya Gilbert. I'm a senior at Westerville Central High School, as well as Columbus Downtown High School. I attended here to do engineering design, to work on many hands-on skills to become an architect. Mrs. Smith, my instructor, showed me and a few other students so many experiences that we can use while we're in different career fairs and experiences for the jobs that we might want to go to at the college or straight after high school. And while I'm at Westerville, I attended my academic classes. So I go here for my pre-engineering design classes. Last year, I was in Kokosing Industrials. I was working as an intern last summer, and I learned many different experiences of how jobs are out there in the real world, and I find that fantastic. They let me work here throughout the whole summer actually, and I was very surprised that they would keep me here because I learned so many different AutoCAD work, Revit work. I met many different co-workers, and they told me their experiences of how they were able to come here do the job they will work at today. And I was very appreciative of them letting me having to be here the whole summer, and I'm hoping to work with them again this summer as well. If not, maybe some other opportunities that will lead to my way. That's it.
Tanya, thank you again for sharing your experiences with us tonight, and best for you in the future. We wish you all the best. I now want to take a moment to acknowledge my partners on the STEM Industry Council. The members of the STEM Industry Council give of their time in addition to their daily responsibilities, as Hidayah mentioned, so that students can thrive. These members include STEM education representatives from Project Lead the Way, counselors, teachers, principals, and staff from our area middle and high schools, faculty members of our college and university partners, members of our local industry organizations, both large and small, and representatives of various local nonprofit organizations supporting the development of our Columbus youth. This group has worked together to generate funding, internship positions, and other experiential learning opportunities for Columbus City School students over the last several years. Very quickly, some of the accomplishments from this past year have been the coordination of a STEM Day event with the Columbus Blue Jackets, in which 443 students and chaperones from Northland, West, and Cause high schools experienced a STEM behind-the-scenes look at Columbus's NHL organization and facility operations. The design and implementation of resume writing and mock interview workshops for 70 Columbus school students from 4 schools, hosted by a team made up of representatives from The Ohio State University, Columbus State Community College, DeVry University, and Honda. And lastly, the coordination of approximately 27 to 30 students to be placed this summer in local internships, working with professionals, developing both career skills and a very important network, as Dr. Good mentioned. Would the members of the STEM Industry Council please stand and be recognized once again? Please. Thank you again. I just want to mention this team again. It's voluntary, right? So everything that they're doing is above and beyond their daily jobs, and it's challenging at times. And I say that because we're looking for more and more support each year. So that's why we're here tonight, and I really appreciate all of their efforts. All right, now I'd like to introduce 2 other members of the STEM Industry Council that exemplify the commitment to our cause. Our first speaker is the Vice President of HNTB Corporation and was featured in last year's Columbus Business First magazine 40 Under 40. I'd like to introduce Katie Zender. She's done some amazing things, by the way, I found out today when I was researching the whole thing, so.
Well, so I spoke at one of these events 2 years ago, and there were a bunch of students, and they were like the best audience ever because they laughed at everything I said. And so I thought this time I'll just like kind of focus on speaking to the students, and then I got here and I was like, where are the students? But this is awesome. We're going to go with it. So thanks, Joyce, and thanks so much, Barb, for organizing all of this. Joyce is always, calls me and she's like, are you down for 2 students? It is not really like a, question. So it's more of kind of like, this is how it is. So I know they said this has been going on for 7 years. I couldn't remember how long we've been doing it. I was thinking at least 6, but we've had a couple interns every year, and the folks in my office. Last time I spoke about how much we really get out of it. At first we thought, oh, we're going to be helping these kids, but it's really great for our younger junior engineers to learn how to mentor and how to give good directions, and it really develops their delegation skills, and so we really enjoy the program. And also, I just want to mention this because it's a big thing in the city of Columbus right now. All of our students have worked on what we call the CTSS projects. It's City of Columbus Traffic Signal System, which is a big fiber and wireless communications network around the city. And I mention that because Columbus recently was one of 78 cities to submit for a smart city grant from the US DOT, and they were one of 7 that were shortlisted, and so now they're one of 7 that are vying for this $40 million from the feds and another $10 million from Vulcan. It sounds like another $30 million from their other partners, and so it's super exciting. And it's exciting that these kids, got to work on that, and there may be more in the future. So anyway, one of the things I wanted to just talk about a little bit more today was just the importance of building a diversity, a pipeline. And so I think that, especially in civil engineering, just because I'm in that field, I think about this, it's good to have people that have different perspectives, that are designing the things that we use daily. I mean, I'm looking outside at these park benches and the, different infrastructure that's out there. And it's just nice to have people from all different backgrounds, all different, races, and different sexes and gender and everything. So I just wanted to say the students should really see their diversity and uniqueness as a strength. And even now, we've got 90% of engineering degrees are currently owned by men. The graduation rates are almost to 20% women at this point. And then also, Hispanics, blacks, and American Indians are 26% of the population, but they're really only 10% of the science and engineering workforce. They are about 30% of the graduates as of the last couple of years data in 2014. But the importance of having a diverse pipeline to these folks, and in the Smart City Challenge, one of the focuses is on underserved areas and ladders of opportunity. And these jobs in engineering and STEM pay more than double the median earnings of any other jobs in the US. So it's important to help bring people into the fold there. And so I was going to say to the students, stick with it, ask for help. I was a frequenter of the Physics Crisis Center in college. I would advocate that. Get whatever help you need. And I'm fortunate in my role. There's not a lot of people in my position at companies like mine, but I have a boss who has a very diverse team. I mean, I'm on the team. We've got a couple Indians, we've got a gay guy, we've got a black woman. I mean, and we've got a couple, white guys, and there's probably more diversity in our leadership team than the rest of the whole company. So it's really, I have to attribute that to my boss in Wisconsin for making that happen, and seeing the potential in people that have different communication styles or different backgrounds. So anyway, I'd really encourage you all to participate in this program because you're really helping that diversity pipeline. And there's a lot of positive momentum right now. I mean, they just mentioned a few things that have been going on, but the agenda yesterday was like so packed I couldn't believe it. And so join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Our next speaker is a regional expert in safety and security systems. He's a senior partner of Electronics Systems Consultants, and I've heard that his student demonstrations and explanations of security and safety technology are super engaging, and the students always love it. I've not seen it yet, but now I know. I've heard this for a while, so I've got to check this out. I'd like to introduce John Larkin.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending this great event. Like Scott said, my name is John Larkin. I'm the senior partner of Electronic Systems Consultants, based here right in Columbus. We are a fire and security safety company. This speaking engagement for me is 2 years in the making, and I'm going to have to call my good friend Barb out on this because she invited me to speak with this group last year at the kickoff meeting, and as luck would have it, I had an appointment in Cleveland that same day. And I thought that appointment was going to take me a couple hours. And as this day lingered on, the 2-hour event became a 5-hour event, became a 6-hour event. And I looked at my watch and there was just no way I was going to make it back to Columbus in time. So I was dreading to make this call and tell her I can't show up. She was gracious, she was kind in the way she always is, and she says, don't worry, we'll get you on the platform next year. So I thank you for that, Barb. But I know I owe my good friend Joyce a steak dinner at our favorite York Steakhouse. You gotta be an old school West Sider to get the reference, but anyway. So I was asked to talk about my experience, my experience with the internship program. We've been involved, this will be our 3rd year. And when I got approached, I was a little bit apprehensive because although the word consultant is in my company name, we are mostly in the field. And I was very, very scared to put a young mind, be it male or female, on a construction site. I didn't think that was going to work. So I told Barb, she says, don't worry, we've got a young lady coming out of Marion Franklin that's focused on business. And my office is right around the corner from Marion Franklin, so it was a good fit. And I'm here to tell you that has been the best 2 years of my life, having someone of that caliber work with my company. She came in, and you got to consider we are a very young company. We're only 5 years into the business, so I was still building and growing this thing. But she worked out at the best I could actually hope for. So much so that we actually put her on our payroll during her spring and summer breaks from Kent State. She actually worked a full week for me during her winter break when my administrator went on vacation for a whole week, and it was an outstanding thing. So we stay in touch, we kind of monitor her education, and she's doing great. I also want to just turn the spotlight off of me and turn it on to something that's been eye-opening for me for the past couple of years. Although my wife was out here with me, we're products of Columbus City Schools. Our 3 kids, one's already graduated from college and 2 are currently in college, did not attend Columbus City School System. So we've been out of the loop when it comes to the education of Columbus City Schools. And unfortunately, if you get any news and it's on Channel 10 or Channel 6 and there's anything to do with Columbus City Schools, it might not be positive. So we didn't know exactly what was going on. These last 2 years, I have been overwhelmed with the passion and dedication from these educators, from Marion Franklin, Northland, West, and Briggs. And forgive me if I don't name everyone out, but it's been an eye-opening experience for me. I do have nieces and nephews that are going to be in that school system, and I know you guys are grabbing those young minds from middle school up to high school and getting prepared for those next generation of leaders. So I want to give the educators and Project Leadaway a round of applause if we could. In closing, like Joyce mentioned at the beginning of this event, this is a kickoff meeting. We're trying to get more companies to support the students that are out there, either be through internship or financial. We need it both. So if you're not involved, please speak to someone in the group. We'd love to have you be a part of this organization. So thank you very much.
Okay, so before Cornell Stockton gives his closing remarks, I wanted to point out 3 people specifically. Christy Manson, Christy, where are you? There, could you stand up, please? So Christy led the coordination of tonight's event here at Columbus Downtown High School, and I just want to say thank you, and can we give her a round of applause, please? Next is Barb Odie. Okay, you have to stand, Barb. I know, please. I know, behind the scenes. Okay, so being from Honda, I have to give an engine reference here, but Barb is the fuel behind our STEM Industry Council engine. She not only coordinates all of the internships each year, but worked with Christy to confirm all of the details for tonight's event. So Barb, thank you so much again for what you've done. And last but certainly not least, I want to recognize Joyce Johnson, our STEM Industry Council chair. I don't know anyone that tries to identify as many opportunities for Columbus City School students in each and every single conversation as much as Joyce does. And those that were at the meeting yesterday know exactly what I'm talking about. So Joyce, thank you for your passion and for your leadership. And now I'll turn it over to Cornell Stockton, our our treasurer for our STEM Advisory Committee.
Yes, the dreaded treasurer. We all know where this is going, don't we? You know, we've heard some great testimonials here tonight from the young lady that's going to school here and also at Westerville, and also from the industry leaders who have spoken here today about their experience with the STEM Industry Council. Now comes the time where we all can make a positive impact on what we're doing. I come to you today and humbly ask you to support this organization for the work that we are currently doing and trying to achieve. This year we have over 55 potential students to place, and unfortunately we only have 7 committed businesses who have stepped up to the plate and said, we'll take interns. And I applaud the 7 for doing it. But we also need to make sure that we have more companies and organizations to fill those shoes. Each intern costs us approximately $1,500. That includes the paid amount for the intern plus all of the incidentals that are included in hiring and doing studies and keeping up with all the information, which basically runs over $83,000 for the year. Now, since I'm the treasurer and keep up with the amount of money, I know that we don't have $83,000. So what I'd like to ask you to do is to seriously consider giving financial support for our organization. If you would like to make a monetary donation, we have this sheet on your table. And basically, you know, we're looking at, if you're looking at becoming a sponsor, the price is $5,000, but if you have $10,000 laying around someplace, we'll take your $10,000. And also, if you cannot make a financial donation and you would like to take an intern, we ask for everyone to truly consider being a part of this magnificent program and take a student for the summer. Now, what would make it even better is if you took a student and basically paid that $1,200. That's what we're looking for also. So, you know, these are 3 options that you can look at and you can help us out with. And I seriously ask you to reach in your heart and possibly help us out, because we have a lot of students here in the city of Columbus who are kind of falling in the cracks. Basically, they don't get the opportunities that a lot of the students that go through this program do. So I thank the people that are previously making donations and taking interns, but I also urge each and every one of you to do the same. So that's my spiel for today. Oh, I forgot something. If you want to be an intern host, we have cards on the table for that too. We're just ready for everything. And if you need a pen, I have a pen that you can use. But we urgently need you to step up to the plate and help us out by hosting an summer intern. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out today. This is a beautiful spring afternoon. It's the first sun that we've had in the last 10 days, I believe. But, you know, you had an option. You could have stayed outside and enjoyed the weather, or you could have come down to this wonderful high school and listened to the great testimonials from our students and our supporters. I was going to thank Barb and Christy, and I will thank you again, because both of you all have done a wonderful job in putting this event together. And thank you for all your hard work. I'd also like to thank Mr. Anthony Ruffin and the students of the Columbus Downtown High School Culinary Program. You all put out a good spread today. I'm going to thank you again. I'd like to thank all the volunteers of the advisory board. Your continued passion to helping young people navigate their career is vital, and I'm forever grateful of being part of this organization. Thank you again for coming out, and thank you for all of your support.